Hello everyone, my name is Hector Mendoza. My email address, if you ever have a question about Symbility or Xactimate, it's HectorMendozaAdjusting at yahoo.com. These are some of my videos that I have posted on YouTube. This one here at the beginning is a 8-part series. Then if you keep on going, these are a bunch of, if you want to create windows, rooms, a bunch of different parts of Xactimate. So how to sketch octagons, uh, flat roofs, mansard roofs. There's a bunch of stuff in there. So just thought I'd give you this information here. So what I want to do today is talk a little bit about this fencing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create this from scratch so I can explain how to do this. So let me go to what I got imported here is a an image. So let me delete here, let me see something here. Oh, okay, excuse me. Okay, so this is my fence, so I'm gonna delete that thing. Okay. Let me see what I got on first layer. And then I just got a the rest of it is just the house, so you can see the whole thing. Okay, so so let's say I wanted to draw a fence, right? Right now, if I go to my fence, you see how I don't have an image. The image is on the main layer. So if I wanted to, I'm in the fence layer. If I go here on the on this little pull down menu, and I go to main menu, I could actually go in and go to tools, go to copy from under limit, and all I want to do is just copy that image. So I'm going to click right here. You see, now that image is right on top. Actually, I copied it at the bottom because the image is on top. So now we have two images. So if I go to the main level and to the same, and all I want to use this for is just to draw the fence. So if you notice right now, I have a lot of canvas. Normally, your Xactimate is probably going to look like this, okay? Because you have your search here, and then and then down here, you have your items. So um, so what I like doing is having a lot of canvas. So you know I always do this. Okay, so what I want to do is draw the fence. So I'm going to enlarge to an area. So wherever, like for instance, you see right here, I have my mouse here. I'm going to hold my control key, and Xactimate will keep that in there for me. It'll move it a little bit, but now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this area and enlarge this area closer to my screen. So look, I'm going to hover here, hold my control key, and you see how it doesn't lose its place. Now I can hit the space bar and just move it a little bit. And I'll go down just a hair. Okay, so I'm going to hit my control shift F for fence, control F, excuse me, for fence, or you can go down here. That's on my lips. You can click here. So I'm going to click, left click, then left click. Okay, so that fence really looks like that. That other thing you're seeing is a shadow. Now I can go anywhere, anywhere. But it's only going to give you at this point at 22.5 degree angles. Okay, so I'm going to go right here, and now it's starting to move a little bit. So look, if I want to move it to the right or left without that 22 degree angle, I can hit my shift key. You see, now I can move it. You see, so I'm trying to get in the middle of this little, that's where my fence is. So I'm going to click. Now I can release my mouse. I'm going to move this thing over a little bit. So if I hit my space bar, look, oh, that didn't work out too good here. Okay, so here, let's enlarge this. Okay, so I hit my fence again. Now I'm holding my shift key. I'm holding my shift key so I can angle this around, right? Now look, this time I don't want to mess up like I did last time. So if I use my arrow keys, see, I can just move this thing around without releasing my shift key. Okay, so we're going to keep on drawing this thing around and go up a little bit. We're almost there. See, now it's just one. And now, when you're finished drawing, you see how I still have this thing loaded? If I hit escape, that finishes my fence. Okay, so now I don't need that no more. That was just for me to draw this fence. So I'm going to hit delete. And then I'm going to get close to that. Oh, well, yeah, I got pretty close to my house. So I'm just going to kind of hold my shift key so you don't go any weird angle. Okay, so now, so there's the fence. Okay, so if I hit F3, show all, it shows up all my layers. So this is what it's looking like. Now, when you have squares, this is at a weird angle. So I wanted to show you the hard way. In fencing, we're going to be usually real easy. Are you going to, hit your Control F for fence, or go up here, click on fence, just click, 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 and release. That's normally what your fence is going to be like. Every once in a while, you're going to have this kind of issue. That's why I was glad that I had this with my house. Okay, so now we're time to do the estimate. But before you do the estimate, make sure you know what size the fence is. So by default, when you draw a fence, it's going to give you a 6-foot fence. So let's say that this was an 8-foot fence. Or let's say everything except this was 6 foot and this area here was 8 feet. I can hit Shift Enter to go to my preferences and change, or let me show you the non-shortcut way. I can click here and click here and change that to an 8 foot. Okay, now, so this is what it looks like. You see, that's an 8 foot and the rest of it 6 feet. But for the purpose of this training, we're just going to keep everything at 6 feet. Okay. Now, so a few things I want to warn you about when you're doing this. There's a lot of ways of estimating this. Now, if you went in and selected everything and went to your preferences, you see how you don't have all your information that you need, like the linear feet of this fence. So there's a way around that. If you go to the level, like right now I have this in a level by itself, it's called fence. So if I right click here, go to my properties, go to variables, and then, so I'm going to move this variables down here. Let me show you the whole thing here. Every time I record, my machine just slows down like a turtle. Okay, so I'm looking for the linear feet of this fence. And the only variable you're going to see here when you're doing a fence is that linear feet. So if you keep on going down here, actually there it is right there. See it right here? And also you'll see it down here. WLF, linear feet of walls. Okay? And it's going to show it down here. Linear feet of walls also here. So we have 183.16. Okay, so I want to keep that. Okay, so now, so let's say that we are going to do an estimate. So I'm going to get my other menus back. So I'm going to hit Shift Control F. Oh, excuse me, Shift Control R. And then I'm going to select everything in here. Okay, and then I'm just going to hit Shift 0 and it'll center it right there for me. Okay, so, and then I can go down just a little bit. So let's say that I want to stain this fence. So I'm going to put PNT down here on my search engine, you see right here. And then I want to stain my fence, so it's going to be FENST. Okay, so now that gives me this right here. Now, if I select it, at this point, you see right here how it selects the whole fence. And let's say you were just going to do one side of the fence. This is what I need to caution you, because in Xactimate, when you're drawing rooms, if you click right here, it's only going to do the outside wall. If you get right in the middle, it does all the inside, and then if you click a little bit to the right of that, it only does the inside. But it doesn't work like that on the fence. So I'm going to click here. Now that's going to paint the inside and the outside of the walls. And let me show you. So you see, I'm going to hit Escape to deselect that action. Okay, so you see right here where it says calculations, it says WS2.SF plus WS.F. You know, it gets this real long string. What it's doing is talking about this, 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 all the way around. That calculation is calculating the inside, the outside, and the length. So let me show you what it was. Okay, so let's go to estimate. So if I click on fence, you see it says 2,197.95. Okay, so here, let me get my phone here. And so we had 183.16 linear feet. So we're going to multiply that times 6 feet times 2, because the inside and the outside equals. Now the calculations never are the same as this. I can explain it. Xactimate couldn't explain it to me. So I'm going to hit enter. You see, oh no, I know. I'll explain it why, and I'll show you in a minute. Okay, so you see how I got 2,185.92 linear feet, and right here I got 2,197.95. It's real small difference. So if I subtract 2,197.95, so basically it's let me see, 12 difference, 12 square feet. And that's not a lot. That's minute. You were talking inches times 6. And I'll show you where those calculations, where they're, oh no, I don't, no, I don't want to do that. Sorry about that. Those calculations, the reason they're different is because, so the easiest way to show you is, let's say if I draw a room, okay, and I draw, I'm pulling it and I'm not telling it, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So let's enlarge that to, okay. So you see right here it says 13 feet 10 inches. In reality, that's not 10 feet 3 inches. You see right here where it says 14 feet 10 inches. That's not 14.4, 14.10. Let me explain here. So if I click here now, and I click here to the preferences, you see that right there? It's 13 feet 9 inches and 7/8 of an inch. So it is not 13.10. Same thing here. You know, if I, you know, let's say that I want to get the measurement of this one right here. Actually, all I have to do is click right there. See? And I click right here to change it. I gotta do that for. Okay, and I click to change it. It's 14 feet 9 inches and 5/8 of an inch. That's why this calculation that, you know, this calculation here, this one and the calculation that you see here are different because there's a lot of other numbers in there, but they're pretty close. I just wanted to show you. I didn't want you to get confused. Say, oh, wait a second, he's saying that it's this, but it's that. So I'm just explaining what, I don't want you to think my calculator is wrong. Okay, so let me get this thing out of the way because that thing was getting in my way. Okay, so now it's doing the inside and the outside. So now you would have to just divide that 2,195.5. Normally, you could click here, and then at the end, you could divide it by 2. You see how it changes this right here? But for fences, it doesn't work like it does on rooms or other things. Okay, so you would have to go in there and, you know, get your you know, divided by 2, but with a calculator. 2,197.95 divided by 2 equals, then this is the number that you would want to use for your calculations. Okay, so you would erase all of this, and then you just type 1,098.97, enter. Now that is your calculations, because you're only doing one side. Now if you were doing all the fence, then that would work perfect. Okay, now what I like to do, well, it's under the fence, so make sure that it's in the right tree, you know. So I got it in the tree of the fence. Okay, so now another thing here, I gotta move my calculator. Whoa, man, I lost the heck out of that thing, didn't I? Oh, that's why. Yeah, there it is. I couldn't even change it. Okay, so now let me show you some other things. So I'm gonna delete that. And when you're sketching, when you're in your sketch, excuse me, and let's say that I type PNT one color, right? In sketch, normally, I don't know if y'all can see these lines, but so if I select right here, it does all. So right now, you can't even see it here. Here. Okay, so let me escape again. So if I go PNT, paint one color, you see right now, you can't, it's hard to see, but if you go in, you can paint the inside, you can paint the whole, well, you can paint the whole inside this way, you can paint just that wall, you can paint just that one bottom wall, or you can go out a little bit. Now it paints the whole exterior. You can't do that with fencing. Okay, and so and let me show you what I'm talking about. So now, in reality, I could hit F3 and just paint that side of the fence. So I would put PNTFENS for stain wood fence. So if I only select that area there, technically I should be able to just click on this, hit escape, go to my estimate, and so one thing is on the sketch, let's go to F1 and let me see this area is 9 feet 9 inches. Okay, so you know, so this right here should be oh, wrong cut. Okay, so 9 feet 9 inches times 6 feet should only have 58 point, well, 0.5, which is 58 feet 6 inches. But when you look at it, it's going to be times 2, so it's going to be closer to 117 linear feet. Okay, so you know what? Let's do it that way. Okay, so let's go to the estimate. You see, 117 and 3 inches. So that's square feet. So that's very minute. But remember, we only wanted to do that other side. So you have to get that, and you know, and just in a calculator divided by 2. So it is 39 square feet just to do that one area. So that's something I wanted to show y'all when you're doing this fencing, because you know, I mean, it's nice to use that tool, but you gotta know what you're doing, because man, you don't want to give somebody 2,000 linear square feet and it was only 1,000, because that will ding you real bad if you have a you know, an examiner. Uh, that's something I do is I go over customers and adjusters files, and I catch some real bad stuff. So just be real careful when you're doing this thing. I think that's basically all that I uh, want to talk about this. I think here, make sure before I, yeah, that's all. If you have any questions, you know, you can always email me. Here's my email address. I can get around almost anything in Xactimate. So any kind of question, I help people that've been doing this for 10, 15 years. To be honest with you, I only got 2.5 years experience I really got 3.5, but for a year I couldn't work because of a surgery, but I did play around on the computer, obviously. Thank you for watching my video. If y'all have questions, don't hesitate to call me or email me.